Imagine this. You wake up in a world where every thought you've ever had is etched into the air around you, visible for all to see. Your fears, your secret desires, the unspoken judgments, everything laid bare. At first, you panic. But then, you notice something strange. No one is looking, not because they don't care, but because they're too consumed by their own exposed minds, trapped in the same labyrinth of self-obsession. Here's the unsettling truth. You already live in that world. The only difference? The chains are invisible. Society trains you to bury your shadows, to wear masks so convincing even you forget they're there. But what if the real power lies not in hiding, but in confronting the depths of your own psyche? What if the mind that frightens people isn't the one that's broken, but the one that's truly awake? The question isn't whether you're being watched. It's whether you're brave enough to watch yourself. The masks we wear aren't just social niceties. They're survival mechanisms. Carl Jung called this the persona, the curated self we present to the world, while the darker, untamed aspects of our psyche, the shadow, lurk beneath, repressed but never gone. Friedrich Nietzsche warned of this centuries earlier. Become who you are isn't gentle advice. It's a command to face the chaos within before it consumes you. Why do we hide? Because society rewards conformity, not authenticity. From childhood, we're conditioned to seek approval, to bury impulses that don't fit the mold. Jean-Paul Sartre saw this as a kind of bad faith, a betrayal of our own freedom in exchange for the illusion of safety. But here's the trap. The more we suppress, the more power we give to what we fear. The anger we deny festers. The creativity we stifle turns to resentment. The mind, unchallenged, becomes a prison of its own making. The real question isn't whether you're imprisoned, it's who built the walls. What happens when an entire civilization learns to fear its own mind? Look around. People numb themselves with distraction, drown in manufactured outrage, chase hollow victories, all to avoid the terrifying silence of their own thoughts. Cognitive science reveals a cruel irony. The brain resists introspection like a caged animal, preferring the comfort of delusion over the discomfort of truth. This is how cultures decay, not from external threats, but from internal collapse. Viktor Frankl saw it in the despair of those who lost meaning. Aldous Huxley warned of a society sedated by pleasure, willingly trading depth for dopamine. The modern world didn't create this weakness. It exploited an ancient flaw in human wiring. We'd rather be comfortably broken than painfully whole. But the greatest casualty? Imagination. A mind that fears itself stops creating. It obeys. It repeats. It shrinks. And in that shrinking, it invites its own obsolescence. The escape begins with a single act of defiance. Stop running from yourself. Jung called it shadow work, dragging the repressed into consciousness, not to judge it, but to integrate it. Nietzsche's Übermensch didn't transcend humanity by following rules, but by mastering his chaos. This is the paradox. True strength isn't forged in control, but in the willingness to lose it, to stare into the abyss until it stares back. And you laugh. History's most formidable minds, artists, revolutionaries, philosophers, shared one trait. They courted discomfort. Van Gogh painted with his nightmares. Kierkegaard wrote with his dread. They didn't transcend suffering. They weaponized it. Your mind becomes unshakable not when it's purified, but when it's undivided. Start here. Name your shadows. What do you hate in others? That's your own denied self. Seek sacred rage. What injustice makes your hands shake? There lies your purpose. Think dangerously. Let ideas scare you. If they don't, they're not alive. The world fears those who've stopped fearing themselves. Here is the secret they never wanted you to grasp. A mind that does not terrify is a mind that has surrendered. The greatest prison is the belief that you must be palatable, predictable, safe. But reality bends only to those who refuse to apologize for their depth. Jung knew this, that the gold you seek is buried in the darkest soil of your psyche. Nietzsche proved it. You must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. This is not about becoming fearless. It is about making your fear irrelevant. When you stop begging the world for permission to exist as you are, an alchemy occurs. Your wounds become wisdom. Your obsessions become art. Your rage becomes revolution. The same energy that once fueled your shame now electrifies your sovereignty. So ask yourself, not what you could be if you were unbroken, but what you will do with the magnificent fractures that make you inhumanly whole. The strongest minds are not forged in fire, but in the audacity to say, I contain multitudes, and I will let them devour the world. Now go. The world is waiting to be scared.